In this video, I'm gonna break down the number one thing that is holding back all introverts and keeping them trapped in their comfort zone. I'll also talk about the steps we can take to start becoming the best version of ourselves. If you're an introverted person that tends to get a lot of anxiety when they know they have to be in social situations or something like that, or even maybe you get nervous when you're in social situations, the number one thing that is triggering all of that anxiety, everything that's coming from a negative ego, everything that's triggering negative thoughts, it's all coming from fear. And it's not really easy to pinpoint what the fear actually is or where the fear is coming from, right? We can't really say, or ask ourselves, what are we so afraid of? What is the fear? Like, where is it coming from? It can be really hard to say, I'm afraid of this, because we might not know exactly what it is. This is when we have unconscious fear. It's like we have fear running on autopilot in the background and we don't even know it's there. Now, to uncover this fear and really shine a light on it, we could go to therapy. That's probably the best thing. That's what I did. But we could also systematically try to put ourselves in a place where we are aware of that fear. When that anxiety comes up, when that nervousness comes up, we really have to kind of sit with it and really ask ourselves, what is the fear? What is the fear that I'm experiencing? And a lot of times, it's really not even as big of a deal as we're making it seem. A lot of time, just simply being aware of the fear is enough to kind of make the power dissipate. A lot of times it can just be like, yeah, this is gonna be scary, but I'm gonna be okay. Wayne Dyer writes that there are really only two emotions that we feel as humans, and one of them is fear, and the other one is love. And chances are, the more we feel into the love space, the less room we have to feel into the fear. Now, Wayne Dyer also writes about how gratitude is something that completely overshadow fear. Being grateful for the things around us and the experiences that we get. When we look at that social situation that we are fearful of, we can then look at it in a place of we're grateful that we have this opportunity, that we have this experience. And what we also kind of need to remind ourselves of is the journey we've been on. We kind of need to look back at how far we've come to really see that, man, we've come from somewhere. We've overcome certain challenges and we can continue to do that. And a lot of that also will stimulate having an internal sense of faith. You've been able to come such a long way to get to where you are right now. Continue to trust in yourself. Continue to trust in the universe and what has been providing for you, that it is going to continue you on your journey and on your path in becoming the best version of yourself, in fulfilling the destiny that you're supposed to fulfill. When we can stay in a place of gratitude, stay in a place of love, we can not take things personally. We can distance ourselves from that fear of being rejected, from that fear of not looking cool, from all of the unconscious fear that tends to trigger a lot of anxiety. When we're in a more loving place and when we're in a place of faith that no matter what, things are going to work out for the best. We're either gonna learn a lesson or we're gonna experience an accomplishment. When we're in that place, we can do no wrong. And the more we go about expanding our comfort zone, the less the anxiety and the fear will have power over us. And the best way to do this is to start baby steps. Start setting small goals for yourself to really push yourself out of that comfort zone. My anxiety used to be so bad that I would have my girlfriend order for me at restaurants because my anxiety was so bad I couldn't even order with the server. I would have to tell my girlfriend, what I wanted to eat and have her order for me in the restaurant. But slowly I started to set new intentions for myself. I started to set new goals and new challenges for myself to start expanding my comfort zone. That was like a decade ago. I couldn't order at restaurants, but then slowly I started becoming more and more comfortable. I started expanding my comfort zone. And the only way to do that is to have that intention, to want to do it, to want to be a more social person, to want to be a less fearful person. Having that intention is everything. And then when you're aware of the fear coming up, you can then detour it. You can then meet it with gratitude. You can meet it with love. You can meet it with the faith that no matter what, everything is working out for me. And you have all of your past life experiences as evidence of that. Everything has gotten you to this place. Think of your comfort zone as like having 20 meals that you are comfortable eating. You're like, I like these meals. I like this food. I know it's not gonna make me sick. That is my comfort zone. Those are the 20 dinners that I am okay eating. And when you think about it, when you're staying in your comfort zone, it's like you're just gonna keep eating the same meals over and over and over again. You're not gonna be able to experience all of the things that life has to offer. If you travel to Japan, if you travel to New Zealand, anywhere, you're gonna have to experience eating new foods. You're gonna have to be in different cultural places, and that's kind of what I did with my anxiety, and I also did that with food. I took a chance on things. I went to Thai restaurants, to Indian restaurants, just to expand my palate. And sure, I've gotten sick at some places. Sure, I've done things, but you know what? I live to tell the tale. I live to learn the lesson. And that's how I systematically expanded my comfort zone, because my palate in terms of food was really small. I don't even think I ate a tomato till I was like 20 years old. I really had an extremely conservative diet. And from setting that intention, you know what? I want to expand the foods that I'm familiar with. I went out and did that. And I also practice expanding my comfort zone with anxiety. One of the first baby step challenges that I set for myself was to not only order with the server, but to actually ask the server what they think I should get. What do they like that's on the menu? And I just order that. I killed two birds with one stone. I order some food that is out of the ordinary, and I have a social interaction. It's a win-win. So that's my baby step hack for you, for both stepping out of social anxiety and for also trying new foods. So stop letting this fear hold you back. The more unconscious it is, the more power it has to hold you back. So shine a light on it, become aware of it, all right? And if you want some more tips on how to be a chill guy, check out this video up here. This is exactly that. In 5 minutes, I will break down how to be a chill guy. And chances are, if you have some unconscious fear, you might have some trouble with your self-confidence. You might need some more confidence in yourself if you are an introverted person, and I made just the video for that right here. This is how to have more confidence, authentic confidence in yourself as an introvert. I will see you in those next videos, and stay creative.